Hello, my viewers. This is Ethics Institute of East Africa. This is a channel that discusses matters corruption and corruption eradication. I am your host, Joseph Okhako. I'm the CEO of Ethics Institute of East Africa. Please welcome to this channel. Let us dialogue, let us discuss matters corruption eradication so that we can be able to create a better place for all of us to exist. The world requires peace. What is happening in countries like Russia, the war between Russia and Ukraine, it has everything to do with corruption. Israel and Palestine is everything to do with corruption. Who wants to steal from who? What does not belong to them? All these problems that the world is facing, if you follow it closely, is about corruption and nothing more. And so I'm in the business of actually developing the world peace. Thank you so much. Please join me as we discuss corruption and corruption eradication. Now, before we go very far, please like this page and subscribe. Invite as many of your friends, partners, and collaborators, business associates, to like this page and subscribe. That is the only way you can be able to support Ethics Institute of East Africa in creating the world peace. We look forward to you honoring this special request. Now, before again we proceed, we have a special training program on ethics and integrity at Kisumu Hotel along the shores of Lake Victoria. For those who know East Africa, Lake Victoria it borders Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya. Will be in Kisumu, which is within the Republic of Kenya. That this Kisumu Hotel is managed by Maseno University. It's one of the few public managed hotels within Kenya, and we are converging there, all of us East Africans, to discuss about ethics and integrity. So we are inviting people from Tanzania. Please cross the Lake Victoria and welcome to Ethics and Integrity Training Program. We are inviting Ugandans to join us and at East Africa Ethics and Integrity Training. We are inviting Rwandans and Burundians, please, South Sudanese and Congolese, to join us for this very important 5-day training from 19th to 23rd August 2024. We will be all meeting there. We have special trainers, well equipped and qualified to teach you on ethics and integrity and cultivate ethical culture in your business, in your organization. And this is a training that covers all kind of employees, from the senior most to the lowest one. Therefore, please come all and join us as we discuss matters ethics and integrity. Now, let's now come back to the reasons why we're here today. We are discussing about ethics, and we are discussing about corruption and corruption eradication. And last time when we were here, the discussion was around ethics and integrity training, which is a type of value-based training. Remember, I gave four approaches to corruption eradication. We talked about value-based approach to corruption eradication. We talked about compliance-based approach to corruption eradication. We talked about risk management approach to corruption eradication. We also talked about awareness and participation. And I gave an example of how awareness and participation can be initiated. Where I used to work, I started something called ethics and integrity dialogue sessions, where the middle and senior managers were meeting and discussing corruption and corruption eradication. Which strategies can be able to be localized within the organization to ensure there is no corruption in that organization. I can tell you that this particular strategy of awareness and participation worked miraculously and gave so many insightful strategies that have been employed in that organization for long. And I can proudly say that this institution has never featured on the Transparency's list of shame because of what we did in that organization. I was in charge of corruption eradication for 26 years, and honestly, we did a wonderful job with my team at that time. Now, on value-based approach, we talked about the top management approach. We talked about the tone at the top, and I gave examples of how the board of directors and the CEO can be able to take the mantle of championing the anti-corruption campaign within the organization as a priority. Provide funding, to provide human capital, and ensure corruption eradication is prioritized in that organization. At the national level, I gave an example of what the president can do: establish a cabinet committee on corruption eradication, appoint an advisor on ethics and governance who will sit probably as whatever position, but just as an advisor to the president on matters corruption and corruption eradication. This is a very key person in the office of the president, because the president requires to be advised on governance and leadership, with, of course, one of the items being on corruption eradication within the country. This person acts as the liaison officer between the State House and the investigative agencies like the EACC in Kenya and the DCI, of course, in Kenya. This is a very key person that will be able to advise the president periodically on how corruption can be dealt with, and the negative effects of corruption within his government or her government. And going forward, you will see a lot of positive results in the fight against corruption in that country. We talked about training as an aspect, a very key element in corruption eradication, and I talked about ethics and integrity training, and we discussed again that training reduces, protects the bottom line of the organization. It ensures reputational risks are catered for. It ensures the image is improved. It ensures efficiency and effectiveness. Issues of discipline are dealt with. Employees work with a lot of teamwork aspect in them. There's a lot of compassion among employees, and this improves productivity of the organization. And I remember emphasizing that it's better to train employees on ethics and integrity apart from customer satisfaction, because ethics and integrity actually caters also on customer satisfaction. We are now moving to the next type of value-based approach, which is intrinsic motivation. And please, I welcome you to join me in the next session as we discuss about intrinsic motivation as one of the initiatives that can be put in place to reduce corruption in an organization. Thank you so much, and welcome back.